today included 4 ounces of applesauce.
Oh, it looks a little thicker.
Is it?
That much of a banana, half a banana.
It's pretty good.
Much of one bit of a teeny thing of peanut butter, a little bit of a cracker.
Good. So you're eating all the things that would help thicken it up. So it's good.
I'm eating the stuff I'm supposed to be, but every time I take a bite, then it's wait for a second, wait for a crampy feeling, discomfort, often followed by I feel like I need to roll onto the left to somehow soothe that. And then I often find that when I roll onto the left for 20 or 30 seconds, when I roll back over to the right or a little further offline to the right, then I get bubbles out of my stoma. And what I don't know if you've had this question before, is if I'm rolling to my left and my guts drop and create a negative pressure, could I be sucking air or gas through the stoma only to roll back to the right and squeeze it back out again?
I think that's unlikely.
Okay.
But I can never say absolutely no or 100% no. But I think that's very unlikely.
So,
I don't have a good explanation for that sequence of movement causing any specific symptoms.
in case it works, I'll show you real quick.
I believe you. I just
Yeah, I roll over like this, 15, 20 somewhat seconds. And then by the time I roll back to the other side, boop, 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 boop. And I've got some cramping going on right now. I just feel something moving around.
I mean, could gravity be moving things along your tract? It may, you may have a loop of balance coming down here, and then when you lay down here, you get all the fluid accumulating there. And when you roll back over, it goes out the other limb and goes out. That would be my thought on it. That in doing that, it's kind of moving the fluid along, but I don't think it's a negative thing,
Okay.
All that being said, we have to keep an eye on how you're doing in terms of how you're eating. Keep an eye on that. You're by no means on your way out of the hospital quite yet. So
No, I get it.
that looks a little thicker, which is a good sign. I think the thickening snacks, I think you got some Imodium is probably helping.
So far.
Yeah. So we're going to watch that closely over the weekend. Give you a fluid as needed just to make sure you don't get too dry.
Okay.
And that's the plan as of now. Sound good?
I think so. See, I'm just trying to figure out why my body really doesn't like me putting anything in my mouth, liquid or food.
Yeah. If things didn't get better, we could talk about getting more imaging, but I think for now, you're moving in the right direction. When you went from having a bunch of stuff coming out of your nasogastric tube to now things are moving in the right direction. It may take a while for your bowel to just kind of adjust and get used to absorbing more and have the Imodium slow things down. And
Given the size of me and the very small relative amount of food that I'm eating, and since it's been so long, do we need to consider any supplemental nutrition?
let's see how you do in the next 24 hours. That's a good question. But I think if you're starting to move in the right direction the next day, you don't need to do that because it comes with its own risks. Pretty much the way you do that is through IV nutrition, and that comes with increased risk of infection. This can hurt your liver a little bit, at least temporarily. So it's something we do if we have to, but until it just seems like you're moving in the right direction. So I think keeping an eye on it for another 24 hours or so, it's worthwhile to avoid doing that. So.
Okay.
All right.
Sounds good.
All right.
I appreciate it.
Yep. Have a nice night.
You too.